Hey guys, by the end of this video, you're going to be able to turn any task that you currently do into a fully working automation using make.com and Claude code. You don't need to understand a line of code. You don't even need to understand how make.com or NA10 works, because we're going to be covering everything in this video that's going to take you from absolute beginner to someone that's able to produce production-sized automations. Some things people are building with this new tool set are invoice automations, reporting automations, and a really good one that I'm going to cover in this build is a speed to lead automation. So for those of you that are completely new to make.com, I'm just going to do a quick overview. If you know what make.com is already, just skip over this chapter. So what make.com is it lets you build automations in a really, really nice UI friendly way. So let's say that we wanted to connect Excel. We can come in here, type in Excel, and we can grab the node, we can do some stuff, we can search, we can watch, we can list worksheets, we can add a row, do a bunch of stuff. Let's say that we want to connect it to Anthropic because we want to use one of Claude's models. We're able to do so. And by doing this nice little drag and drop interface, you can start to build out super complex automations that just automate a business process. Now, there's two reasons why this is quite bad, because this takes a long time to build manually. And if you're like me, you don't have a lot of time to be learning and understanding a lot of this stuff. Although I've already gone through a lot of the courses and been building, I still don't want to be spending 2 to 3 hours building these automations when I can actually just say what I want in English and get a production ready system. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So fast forward to what make.com and the insane guys over there have brought to us is Make Skills for Claude. I'm not affiliated with Make, by the way, although I do have a referral code. So if you're new and you want to support me, feel free to go use that. What Make guys at Make have done is they've created 4 skills that turn Claude code into your very own automation partner. And what we're going to do is we're just going to install this using the plugin. So a bit of a disclaimer, you're going to need to download Claude code for this, but I'm sure if you're watching this, you'll be able to do so. So we're going to use the plugin install version. So I'm just going to hop over to VS Code quickly and start a terminal session with Claude Code. Okay, as you can see, it just started the session, and we're just going to copy these commands in and set up those make skills in this folder. Cool. Now we're just going to install the plugin, and we'll install for, we'll install for all because I just want this everywhere on my machine. Okay, we just need to run reload plugins, and apparently that is it. Okay, so if you followed me along there, that is literally it. That's make.com plugins installed in Claude code. We'll just double check. We'll ask it, can you build in Make now? Okay, of course, we need to authenticate the MCP, but I'll just say we're just learning to figure out a little bit about what we can actually do here. I noticed that it gave us the option to manage scenarios as well as just build them, which is really, really cool. And the great thing about this is we actually have troubleshooting as well, because there's nothing worse than building a scenario or building an automation, it going wrong, and then you're just stuck in the weeds. But because we're actually able to diagnose why these things are going wrong, it means that you're going to have an amazing building experience using Claude code, because we close that loop. We build, we test, and then we see what's wrong, and Claude can actually make those fixes itself. Okay, final setup step is just authenticating the MCP. So I was just lazy. I just asked Claude to authenticate it for me. It's giving me this code. I'll paste it into my browser and sign in. So I'll pick my company. I'll let it run my scenarios. I'm just going to let it do everything because, let's be real, what's the worst that can happen? I feel like I'm playing Minesweeper clicking all these boxes. Okay, once you've done that, click allow. Authentication is successful. You're probably going to have to copy this and put it back into Claude. Okay, yeah, there we have it. It's literally just authenticated. You can see it's actually connected. Efan Matembo, Quickstream, beautiful. So now we're going to get on to the build. So I mentioned at the start, we're going to be doing a speed to lead system. And now I personally know people that run agencies just building these systems for businesses because they're super profitable. But what is speed to lead? It's really simple, right? So we'll go into my website and I have a form on there, and I've already got this sort of system set up, but I'm going to show you how to build your own, because the revenue that this is going to give any business is truly phenomenal. So we'll take my website for an example, right? There's a form on the bottom and it says, tell us where you're at. They're going to fill it in with information. Now, what do you think happens when somebody fills this form in? They're ready to work with you, right? So you need to get to them within 60 seconds. Now, where have I got 60 seconds from? I've actually got it from the GOAT, Alex Hormozy. So the stat is this: you are 391% more likely to close a lead if you contact them within 60 seconds of opting in. So within 60 seconds of a person filling this form out, they need to get a response. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not chronically on my laptop or chronically online that enough to be getting 60-second responses. Even if I was, I don't think I'd be able to manage an inbox like that. So what we're going to do is imagine this is the form. What we want to build using Make and the thing that we just set up is an agent that sits behind the form. And when somebody sends us a form, so completes the form, it goes to the agent, and then the agent sends them an email. And this has to be done within 60 seconds, or let's say like 60 seconds to 120, because I feel like within 60 seconds seems a little bit weird. So this is the process that we want to build. And as always, I've actually mapped this out and written it out in English because you can't really post this into Claude and expect it to do anything meaningful. So let's come into here and actually build this. I'll even use my dictation. Hi, so I want to build a speed to lead system. I want you to use the make.com plugin. And what this system needs to do is it needs to check my Gmail for a subject header being form filled. Once it gets that form filled email, I want it to create a response using an AI node. Let's use OpenAI, a lightweight model, and then send an email response to them with my calendar link. It should send this response within 60 seconds to 120 seconds. Don't be absolutely immediate just because I don't want to seem too robotic. Okay, let's see how that goes. This is my first time using this to build something quite as complex, but let's see how it does. Okay, that's quite cool. It's identifying that we need a webhook trigger and that we need to watch Gmail. So mine actually only sends me a Gmail. Let's use a Claude model because I already have credentials set up in Make for that. And I use cal.com, so we'll use that. We'll submit the answers. Oh, that's actually quite cool. So it's already understanding that I've got connections. So I don't even have to create the connections, which is mad because I thought we'd have to do that, but that's really good. Nice. So I quite like that as well. So it's giving you the proposed flow. So what it's saying is it wants to create the first Gmail, watch emails, cool. Tools, we want to sleep because we don't want to feel robotic. Great. Anthropic Claude to create the actual response. Sounds good. Tools to pass the JSON and then send it out via Gmail. That is probably spot on and exactly what I would have done as well. So let's say yes, build it. Like always, I ignored Claude's questions, but it's powering through. So it asked me for the subject line, the lead's email locations in the thing, and the cal.com link, because obviously we need that to send out, but I'll just go configure those in the actual scenario rather than doing it in here. Okay, so since it's building, I'm going to go make a cup of tea and come back. And then, yeah, we'll see what's here when it's done. Okay, we're back and it's actually gone and it's given us this link. So let's click on it because it says it's created the scenario. Click on open. Let's just log in quick. Okay, I'm actually quite impressed with this. So it's done exactly what we said we were going to do. It's even added a filter on here as well, which is something we did not ask. It's decided it's using Claude Haiku, but let's just double check if this actually works. So we're going to need to sign this up because it did say that my Gmail was unauthorized. So I just need to log into there quickly. But other than that, I don't have to make anything else. And this has just all been created for us. Okay, so as you see, we have query. It's putting the subject there. New form submission, which is great. We'll just save this to make sure that it goes. And let's just double check with the email that it sends. So it's getting body HTML. Do you know what? I'm not even going to test this thing. I'm just going to test it live without digging into this too much. Okay, so we're just going to send an email to ourselves, pretending to be a new form submission and see if this thing will actually work. So what it's doing is it's looking for the subject being new form submission. And let's just say this. We'll create a fake body as if somebody was reaching out to me. So, hello. Hi, I want a invoice system build. I have no budget. Let's just put this and see what it does. So we'll click send and it's got new form submission. So we'll come into here and we'll just run this scenario as a test. So we can see it's picked it up and it's now waiting the 90-second human delay. It's then going to go into the AI reply. I'm super impressed with this, actually. This is way better than I was expecting it to be. And it errored. But no need to worry because we have Claude code on our side. So let's just skip over to the terminal. I ran a test and it errored. Can you fix? It was a JSON node error. Okay, now Claude is actually just going to debug and fix this for us. Okay, so it managed to actually look and find this one that actually failed and it's applied a fix. So let's just run this. Let's choose where to start. Choose manually. Looks like we're going to have to send another email. No bother. So I'll just reply to this. Actually, no, we'll compose a new one because I don't know if that'll do the subject. Send, and then we will run this manually to test. Do you know what? I'm going to get rid of this because I cannot be bothered to wait. And we're just testing, so we don't mind. Okay, that's another one gone there to trigger. We will do this. Triggering, it's now going to create the response. Yeah, I guess that's a little bit of a limitation because obviously in the advanced, we'll just turn it to JSON schema and we'll just make sure that it is in JSON. So that does that for now. But I don't mind that, you know, it's kind of 90% there. Or it gets you like 80 or 90% of the way, but you just got to know about that last little bit, which is not bad. Okay, third time the charm. Hopefully this works. We've triggered it. We've gone, yes. Oh. And there's a filter for some reason on random thing. Okay, it looks like it's filtering for an email that we don't need to filter for. So I'll just get rid of that. Save. Okay, send. This is going to be the one, guys. Yes, perfect. So there you have it. It is working. We'll just double check that that's actually come through. Okay, nice. So it has run successfully. And we can see in my inbox, we have hi there. So it's actually not generated anything, and that's in the Claude. And that's because we have something conflicting in the actual prompt that we need to change. So it's actually quite interesting seeing this stuff because, you know, a lot of this stuff is marketed as like one silver bullet, but obviously you need to go in and tweak things where you need to, like the JSON schema needs to be tweaked, and then the prompt needs to be tweaked a little bit so that we're not getting empty emails. But you get the gist that we've actually been able to build this whole system using Claude instead of having to know what nodes to pick and set them up and configure them. But for the sake of completeness, here is the response that came from it once I did that little tweak. So you can see there's actually like a little username link there. Cut. There's a little calendar link there for template, but you can understand how this can drive revenue, because imagine if you're wanting my services, you're wanting a business's services, and you get a response within 2 minutes, people go with the person that first responds, not always the best person. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you would like to implement some AI into your business so that you can actually work on your business rather than in it, feel free to reach out and book a free discovery call with me. Link will be in the description, as well as all the links for everything that we've mentioned in this video, including make.com, Claude Code, and the make.com skills, so that you can connect make.com to your Claude Code and get vibe coding.